Hello, and hello, and hello, and hello again.
Hello.
So, good afternoon, everybody, and good morning to Liz. Welcome, Liz. I'm just making sure you've got a feed. Liz, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Liz? I don't think Liz can hear us at the moment. Okay, Liz, can you check your feed for me? Can you hear me, Liz? Do you want to drop her a message? Yeah, Liz, can she hear us? So
we can see. Oh.
We've got visual.
The visual is amazing, considering.
Right. It's 8 o'clock in the morning for poor Liz. Yeah, we're just waiting. Okay, so in the meantime, welcome to everybody. We're at the wrap party for Tigger Towers.
I'm going to get all of mine here, paying attention.
Can you do a time filler for me, girls? I'm just going to try and get some messages out.
There we go. So I've managed to get all of mine here. So this is here, and then this is Hamish in the hammock, and then Jasper is falling asleep at the top. He's a bit bored. It's Sunday afternoon. He's like, "Mummy, what's going on? What's going on? I'm normally snoozing." And these two are very treat driven, as you can see. Like a treat. This is one of my original towers that I kind of play around with all the time. So as you can see, they are all actually all adult cats now. Lettuce and Jasper are about the same size. She's very big for a girl. But Hamish, even as an adult, is still in the hammock. And absolutely loves going in there. So there we go. So you've got I think right.
Okay, I think we might have to take this. We'll get there for a minute. No, she's coming again. So there's a blank screen.
We're experiencing feedback here.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Can we hear this now?
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yes! Yay! Welcome, Liz.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh, Liz, a massive welcome to you and the beautiful, stunning, gorgeous.
Look at him.
Oh, Liz, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely delighted to have you. Whereabouts in America are you based?
I'm about 60 miles west of Chicago, Illinois. So the center of the country, essentially.
Oh, wow. And oh God, it's lovely to hear your voice. God, it's been so long, hasn't it?
I know.
Too long. So I'm just going to formally introduce you. Now we've got over the technical issues. So welcome back, everybody, to our final session. First ever live event with Tigger Towers. Willie's gone, that's it, too early.
Stage fright.
Got the bribe out. So we've had an amazing weekend, and our special cat guest this afternoon, as you can see, is Liz and the most beautiful, gorgeous Maine Coon in the world, Willie. And Louisa is going to have a crack at introducing his title, his official title, which is Louisa. No pressure.
So we have Willie to his friends, and I'd like to say we're his friends. But he is Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Supreme Grand Champion, Kemi Coon CEO USA Pride Willie, and he's also an outstanding sire. And there are a lot more titles than that, but he has won basically everything, hasn't he, Liz?
Just about, yep.
And how old is he now?
He's 7. He just turned 7.
Oh wow! I remember meeting him as a baby. Do you remember?
Yep, in Arizona.
That's right, over in Arizona. Yep. So I traveled out for 48 hours in my mad breeding days, as you do, to meet you and your husband. I already knew you, Liz, but I met your husband, your now husband, Emmons, didn't I?
Yep.
I was lucky enough to come back with the most amazing LAPD. Not a Chemi Coons that time round, was it? One day, you promised me. One day, you've promised me, definitely. I'm just going to fire up the chat because I'm sure some of our guests are joining us and going to chat with us. We do need to very, very quickly announce the winner of the competition for Hunt the Stars. And that was the lovely Shawnee McQueen. So Shawnee McQueen, who found the 2 stars in the correct place. So well done, Shawnee. Very, very well done. Very well done. And the major feedback. Yes, we've had a few people. We've sorted it all. So Liz would love to answer any questions, cats or Maine Coon related. Liz is an amazing ambassador for the breed. You work very heavily with Tigger out in America and internationally, don't you, Liz?
I do. And if I can really quickly tell, if anyone is on from the United States, I get lots of questions about getting Tigger Towers over to the United States. And as you can see, it is definitely possible.
Anything is possible, Liz. Anything.
Right. Yeah, no, it is possible. And I've actually just secured new international shippers. We've just done our first shipment into Japan via the new shippers. And Liz, you'll be very pleased to hear your shipping rates are going to go down.
Hey, that's great.
I know. So the service has worked well, the tracking worked well. So I have a new shipper that is very competitive. So if you are tuning in, as Liz just said, from America or anywhere in the world, other than say Europe or England, where it's a little bit easier, then do contact us. We will always give you the best shipping rate we can. And as Liz knows, what I do is I try and fill a box. So when we're shipping internationally, I don't want you paying for fresh air. So we make sure that box is absolutely rammed full, and we look after you guys, don't we, Liz?
You do. And Willie never has a problem with his order finding a whole list of things. He has already sent the new colors. He's excited about the new colors. He sent his whole list to Sam. And usually once you ship it within a few days, we have it. Sometimes it's even quicker than in the United States. So
Yeah, no, it is quick. As you can see, he's very happy. He's in our fabric platform bed, isn't he, at the moment?
He is. That's his favorite place. Okay. It holds his chub underneath here.
So Liz, how long have you been involved in the cat fancy and the breeding? How many years, dare I ask?
I started, my first litter is about to turn 16.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I started before that. I had a couple of pets that I showed as an altar. And so I've been in since 1999.
Wow.
21 years. That's a long time. And
it's a long time.
Quite a few different cats as well. You must have had some amazing experiences. What's your most outstanding show that you've done with Willie or with anyone else?
I love all the shows, and every show, for those you have all been, every show is a little different. There's different things about each show that I like, different experiences. I've been to the UK. I've been to a Coventry show, which was so much fun. And I've been to Germany. Probably for me, the most exciting is traveling outside of the United States because it's so different. It's still Tigger and Tigger's world, but the shows are run a little differently. Your cages are a little different for the cats. And then I get to meet people that I don't get to see very often, like Sam and different folks in, Europe North and Europe South. So. And
you end up with friends all around the world, don't you? It's like its own family, and certainly there's. I mean, we've actually only met in person a handful of times, actually physically in person. We speak on Messenger or this is lovely face to face. There's no excuse now, but we still keep in contact, and we might not speak for a couple of months or whatever, but we do keep in contact. And you were absolutely superb when we lost Dad as well. I mean, I received flowers from you, and it's a family, isn't it? You don't realise it, and it doesn't matter. I think whether you're involved in cats, dogs, any world that you're involved in any animal or pet, it is like having a family. And Lizanne will remember that, won't you? When I used to talk about the different people, don't you?
Yeah,
Lizanne?
no, I do actually. And even when you used to travel in the early days, and meet people, and you've got some some amazing friends. Even now you're not in the industry now as such. So
Yeah, I don't breed or show now, do I? And
No.
but still people keep in contact, and that's
You've
amazing.
still got that friendship there from those days. So it's, as you say, it's a lovely network. So some great people.
Liz, the first time you get to meet one of my sisters, Lizanne.
It's the first time.
Hi.
And obviously, first time you get to meet Louisa, who's my best friend from the cat world originally.
Yeah.
So she's always checking out your pages and your kittens. Often you'll pop me a picture and I'll go, look, Lou. She's like, are you getting that one? I was like, no.
It's very dangerous, Liz, because although I don't show anymore either, and none of my 3 I've got now were show cats. I've sadly lost my show cats, but I still look and I'm still like, oh, maybe I could. And then my husband comes in as the voice of reason and says, no, Oliver is now 8 years old. There was a reason why you stopped 7 years ago. You can't do it every day. But we're getting lots of comments coming in. Sue, who's in South Africa, says that she stewards at some of the provincial shows. And she says it's very different in South Africa to how we show in the UK and how you show in the US as well. So that's really interesting to know.
No, the show world, it does vary, of course, across the organisations, as Liz will say. And for me, it was Tigger. And for me, the reason it was Tigger is because you're hands-on. You have to handle the animals. The animals have to enjoy showing. I think Liz would agree with that. You can't show unless they enjoy it, because they have to enjoy being out there and meeting people. Would you agree with that, Liz?
Absolutely. And Willie would really enjoy, we don't have children, but Willie really likes little kids. And so we'd come to the shows and inevitably there'd be, a small child walking around. And I've got pictures of these little tiny kids, probably weigh just about the same as Willie. And they're carrying him around. And we're trying to get the kids excited about the cat fancy and showing and things like that too is a great part of it, and what Willie really enjoyed seeing. And
yeah, no, he's so chilled. I mean, that's a sort of classic example of the really good example of the Maine Coon breed, is how chilled they can be and are. And what sort of weight is Willie now, dare I ask, or should I not discuss the weight?
He's about 20 pounds. He could lose 1 or 2.
Can't we all?
Can't we all? He's neutered now, though, so that they put a little more weight on, but his coat's filled out, and he's happy just raising his grandbabies and helping the girls. He really enjoys kittens. In fact, if I can tell the story really quick, Willie's daughter Wrigley we have, and she will tolerate Willie the most when she has babies, and he will go in the nest and lay, and he will let the kittens nurse on him. And in fact, to the point that he got mastitis 2 years ago, and I had to have one of his mammary glands removed.
Oh no. I hope you put earmuffs on him so he didn't hear that story. He won't like telling that story, Liz.
No, he really is the most beautiful cat as well, and you see him really interacting in the home as well on all your Instagram pictures, sitting on your husband's shoulders when he's having breakfast, and I mean that's his exercise for the day. That's a bit of weight going on there.
He's lovely, and it's so nice to see you, Liz. So I'm just waiting to see if anyone's got any questions for Liz. Now, at the moment, no one's got any questions. They're all lurking, Liz. They did this to me earlier. They all lurked in the background, and then suddenly they just came out of the woodwork. So Lucy, the lovely Lucy's joined us. You know Lucy. She said to say hello, and hi, and she's saying hello to Willie as well. And Sue, looks like Sue had a kitten that she showed that did very well, but then it didn't enjoy the shows after that. That's always tough, isn't it? When you've got a cat that's enjoyed it and then suddenly doesn't enjoy it. That's never an easy one. And you have to, I think you have to have that strength to realise when a cat doesn't enjoy it, enough's enough. And it's hard because you can have the most amazing cats that is probably going to be the best thing you've ever bred. But if they haven't got the show temperament, there is nothing you can do.
And it's no fun for the owner either. You know, as the exhibitor, you want to enjoy it. You want your cat to enjoy it. It's fun showing a cat, like Willie, who loves to meet people and loves to show and then does well on top of it. It's nice.
Yeah, no, that is lovely. Absolutely lovely. So I'm just making sure the feed hasn't jammed up. So Liz, did you manage to tune into the odd session? I know we've been very early for you, so you've probably been asleep most of our sessions, haven't you?
I watched I was up in the middle of the night and I was on my phone yesterday and I saw your first where because I was so anxious to see the new tower and see what would be coming to the United States.
Wow.
That's dedication right there.
That is definitely dedication. We've got lots going on, and obviously it's a very changed world. I don't know whether you've got shows happening in America at the moment or whether you're still on lockdowns from those sort of things, but it is for businesses, shows, everything. It's all having to go online, isn't it? A lot of it.
It is. We've got some shows happening in the United States, primarily in the Southeast region, which would be for us Florida. That's probably a state that most of you are familiar with. Things happening in Texas, South Central part of the country. But where I am, no, we're on, in my state, we're at a maximum of 10-person social gathering. So things aren't happening here in my region or my state at all.
Yeah.
In terms of cat shows going. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And have you still had litters of kittens this year, or have you taken a break with everything that's going on, or how have you managed that?
We had COVID kittens, we called them. But no more right now. We're down to 3 girls, and it's a nice quiet house, and the kittens have gone off on their way, and so we can just enjoy each other now in the holidays, and sometime next year we'll have some more kittens.
We'll have some more. Okay, yeah. So you're looking for the Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks, aren't you? Next.
We are. That's our next holiday, and again, things are a little up in the air. I've got some family that has COVID, so typically a small gathering of my family might be 10 adults and a few kids, but I don't think this year we're going to be able to do that.
Okay, so it's tough, isn't it? It is tough.
It is. Yep.
It is tough. But we got to focus on the positives, and that's the way we try and sort of tackle it, and yeah, it's a little bit unknown out there, but we're being positive. We're here, we're chatting, we're actually mixing. It's been lovely to have so many people joining us, and I'm just making sure to see if any other questions are going to come in. But Willie's literally gone, it's too early, it's Sunday morning, I went back to sleep.
He hasn't had his coffee yet.
So he's like, oh, that's a show cat on demand, straight in there. So I want a kitten now, Liz.
We want you to have a kitten. Santos needs a little brother.
I know. I had to the technical support, Lee, who's been helping us. They've got a little 4-month-old silver called Clay, who arrived, and they were picking my brains before he arrived. And I told him off because I said, if you'd only told me you wanted a kitten, I could have told you breeders to go to. It was fine. It's absolutely fine. They absolutely adore him, and he's lovely. But I met him briefly. We were doing some technical side, and Pete hasn't been around a kitten because obviously I'd finished breeding when I met Pete. So he's never been around my crazy cats and kittens all going on. But he was literally like, can I take him home? He's gorgeous. No, you can't.
That's the danger. That's the danger of doing this. We've had the most beautiful cats at photo shoots and having the kittens. I mean, I am just desperate for another kitten. I'd love to have another one. But at the moment, I just kind of keep thinking, no. I'm like, well, I'm working at home now. I work from home at the moment. It's the perfect time.
We said that earlier this week. We also want a dog at some point as well. And it was perfect time, but it was not the perfect time to ask a breeder, obviously. Because breeders at that time are like, no, because quite rightly, you just think, well, is someone just having a kitten or a puppy because it's locked down and we're around? And then is it not going to be wanted or not able to cope with it? So it really had to think hard. Who's the other cat in the background? Who's the other cat?
This is Leonard. Cooking with Leonard. This is our little channel. That's Leonard.
Oh, Leonard, let's have a look.
Hello, Leonard.
Oh yeah, he does cooking. He loves to cook with you, doesn't he?
He loves to cook. When when COVID hit, and I'm a college professor, and so our classes were shut down, and so I was home obviously and able to cook a lot more, which I love. I started doing some different things, and I realized every time I was in the kitchen working, he was in this one particular spot, and now it is where I grab a recipe card. And I shake it and I call him. He'll come running into the kitchen and sit in his spot. Here's Leonard. He's gonna steal the show from Willie. So Leonard has his own little social media following, and he likes to share recipes, and he's done some giveaways and different things like that.
Oh wow! Yeah, he's lovely. How old is he?
Related?
They're not related at all. He's a year old. He's a
He's a warmer colour. He's got some red in there, hasn't he?
He's a little warmer brown. Yep.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Those are my boys.
Do you know what? It's absolutely lovely to see you. I'm just waiting to see. I think we're a bit sleepy. They're definitely lurking. I can see the audience, but they're not coming forward with questions. I think they're just listening to us, Lou and Lizanne.
Lucy agrees with me. Lucy needs a new kitten too. Yes, Lucy.
Yeah.
Go kitten shopping.
You're probably going to have a load of people going, "Oh, I really want a kitten from you." So sorry, Liz.
Sue's asking, how many Maine Coons have you got at the moment, Liz?
We have 7.
So how many girls, how many boys? And are they all, they're not all breeding though, are they? Obviously,
No. We have 3 breeding girls. And then we have Leonard, who's actually implanted right now, so not making babies. And then Willie's a neuter. And we have Soriana, who's from our friend Roberto in Italy.
Ah, okay.
And she's spayed. She had a difficult first litter, and she's daddy's girl, so we spayed her, and she's staying with Emmons. So.
She's Emmons' girl, is she?
She is. She is.
Wow. And how is Emmons? Is he well?
He's well. I told him he couldn't come in here because he makes a lot of noise. And when I do my classes online, people show their cats getting in trouble and everything. And mine is my husband's behind me getting in trouble and making noise.
Who's this coming in? You've got another person wanting to share the limelight here.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it behind me on the tower?
No, in front of
this one.
Is.
That's Fluffy. She is Willie's granddaughter. She was just spayed, and she's going to be leaving in 2 weeks for her new home.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, here he's popping in saying he's in trouble. Here, say hello to the girls. Fluffy's in the camera.
You don't know where trouble is.
They can't see you.
Good morning. Good morning,
I've never done this before.
I can't do this.
Hello. Good morning, Emmons. Do you remember?
I don't know what to do.
You have to look in the camera.
Hello, It's okay, Liz. I understand. I feel the pain.
So that's us. And here comes one more. Leonard's mother's about to come in. She's from our friends in Germany. We like our European breeder friends.
We've got some very good friends. Some very, very good friends out there. So it's like FaceTiming with my mum. Oh, right. So we got Rachel watching. She says it's great. We were called the Loose Women yesterday.
We like that.
Which is it's an English sort of chat show that happens after or lunchtime every day, Monday to Friday. And they're called the Loose Women. So we were termed the Loose Women yesterday. I'm not sure that was a good idea or not.
Could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been, yes, it could have been, definitely. But it's been really good fun. Hopefully everybody out there has enjoyed it and just enjoyed sort of catching up, stepping in and seeing what Tigger Towers have been up to. And yes, Barbara's coming in saying it's lovely to hear from all of us. She's got Persians. Oh, she's breed for 30 years. Okay, so lovely to hear from you, Barbara. I know Barbara. I've met Barbara I think I've met Barbara at shows. I've certainly spoken to her on the phone. But no, it's lovely that people have enjoyed hearing from us and not got too bored. And the interaction as well. And I just appreciate so much. I'm just watching Willie, the way he throws his shoulders over the platform.
It's so cute.
Classic. There you go. I have a couple of cats that used to do that, throw their shoulders over like that.
Oh, yeah.
I can see yours, Lou, just looking. Is it
Hamish is in the pouch and he's kind of looking as though to say, you're talking about other cats and not me, Mummy.
All I need is Santos here. I'm going to do a Christmas feed where I'm going to have Santos with me. So I am going to do a Christmas feed. Liz, what other cats would you consider breeding besides Maine Coons? Oh, there you go.
Good question.
That's a good question. I've met so many amazing breeds. I mean, it's crazy as this is gonna sound to everybody. I really like the Sphinx cat. I like their personalities so much. And they're so opposite of Maine Coons.
Oh wow, okay, that is opposite. Oh,
yes.
That is opposite a Sphinx cat. Yeah, don't ask me that question because I don't know what I'd say. I really don't know what I'd say. But
Sue's asked, are they all indoor cats?
Yes, they're all indoor cats. I don't have an outdoor enclosure. I know many folks in Europe have that, and I'm not fortunate enough to have one of those. I wish I did.
Yeah.
But yep, they're all inside.
Brilliant.
an amazing
There
tree.
you go, lettuce.
Chantel, okay. Chantel's joined us. She's a new breeder. She's a young breeder. She's the breeder actually that bespoke her tower we were talking about earlier. And so she said hello. So hello. And Rachel says just as much care though. I'm just keeping an eye on the messages coming in and seeing if there's anything else. Is there any question you'd like to ask Lizanne? Anything? I'll put you on the spot.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think you've answered quite a lot of questions that I'd thought of earlier, actually.
Have a think. Lou, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, I'd like to know. I mean, obviously, I used to groom all my cats for show, and that was one thing because they were groomed from a very early age as kittens, and they were introduced to washing and everything else. These three have never been near a show in their life. Would never happen. They're very they're different temperaments. Let's say this one was too old when I got her to go to a show, but the kittens they're not show cats. They were here to be loved. I have huge problems with fur balls at the moment. What brush do you recommend for fur balls? So I go through like 4 or 5 different things. I have slickers, I have combs, I have things. What's your kind of number one? This is how I get rid of a fur ball.
For me, to eliminate the fur balls, I really do think that bathing, for those that can, bathing is the best option. It gets rid of the most fur. But for those that can't, because as we know, cats don't all tolerate the baths very well, I use a comb. In the United States, we call it a greyhound comb, but it's a metal comb. And I don't usually use a brush. I just use that comb on them and try and keep them free of mats as much as possible. I know that's easier said than done, though.
I'm Googling. Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Lizanne, did you have a question, or was it the same question that Lou asked?
No, it was a good question actually. Just another one, a strange question actually. I've always wondered, does the colour of a cat affect their personality?
Some will say that the red and white boys, or the red boys like Santos, that they're either really intelligent or the opposite of really intelligent.
Oh, really?
I've had both.
Yeah.
And then some also talk about the torties, the girls that are tortoiseshell, or even the torbies when they have the multicolor, that they can have a little bit of an attitude. And again, it might just be over the United States, but we call it tortitude.
We have naughty torties, and I definitely have one of these here.
Absolutely, the veggie tortie. So I've got a question here that came in earlier, which we've missed, which is someone's asked whether your cats have done any TV work or adverts, Liz.
Yeah, I actually have. I have a talent agent here in Chicago that I work with, and my cats are on most of the packaging for the brand over here is you might have it, Purina.
Oh yeah,
it's an American cat food. The bags of food and the cans of food, the Maine Coons are all mine. They're Willie's relatives and siblings and kids and all sorts of cats. So we do a lot with that. I've done some work with Purina commercials with a cat, my girl from Germany. It really, for me, it was all about connecting with a talent agent for the pets. And when the talent agent has a client, Purina or, one of the different companies that's looking for a particular either breed or just a long hair, short hair cat, they reach out to the talent agents and say, hey, what do you have for clients? Can we see pictures and talk about the animals? And then the marketing company looks at all the different submitted animals and decides what they think would look best for their vision for the advertising. And then we go to either a home or a studio and do pictures or do film.
So that was actually Pete who asked that question, and his next question was, "What's Willie's fee for this appearance?"
Willie got a new Jingle Jerry this morning for his appearance.
Ready, fabulous. So it seems like a whole dynasty of cat models, as well as winning championships and all sorts of individual honours as well. So Purina are very lucky to have them as their superstars on their packaging.
And he was, what was his highest position in a year showing? Was he cat? He was certainly best long hair of the year, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't actually. That was to a European cat. He was best cat in the United States, overall cat.
Right.
It doesn't really give you a title. It's more bragging rights. He flew here. He finished the year as 4th best all-breed cat in Tika, in championship cat.
I knew he was very high. I knew he was in the top few. So that's brilliant. We've got a few comments coming in. I'm just going to double check on it. Barbara's saying she loves Maine Coons, but she's got 2 Persians. She's not allowed to have any more than that. Your Belgian friends are saying hello, American Mom. They're saying hello. Lucy said hello to Back to Nemo. Torties, they're talking about torties, as you were. There's a few recommendations on there for hairball remedies. Chantel's come in with that. Thank you, Chantel. And Barbara had her cat on Blue Peter many years ago.
Well, I think that beats quite a lot.
That's very good.
Badge for your cat is very impressive.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, no. And then there's a final comment there just saying that someone on here has just bought their first tortie Norwegian forest cat, and she's absolutely agreeing with Liz. Definitely got.
It has attitude.
So, and I would definitely confirm that. Not so much with Melly. She's not what I'd call a typical tortie. She's actually quite a flighty tortie. But I had Syrah and Bonnie. You remember Bonnie, don't you, Liz? Lovely Bonnie, Santos's sister. And they were monkeys. They were absolute monkeys. So definitely fun and games. So we're going to have to say thank you to Liz and let Liz go, because I'm sure she's probably got breakfast to do and coffee and everything. And then we've got to wrap up a couple of bits here. But I'm just going to say, unless you want to stay in on the live, Liz, you're very welcome to stay in if you'd like to.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're okay. All right. Then we'll let us keep Liz in the party. Okay, Liz in the party. So as I said, it's been an amazing weekend. I've lost my train of thought totally, so I'm going to look to Lizanne. But before I look to Lizanne, I'm going to see how awake everybody is. Because on screen, we had a little competition yesterday about Roxy and how many Roxys were on the Christmas tree. We're going to give away one more prize today. And that prize is, before we come off air live, I need to know how many cat mice are on set in the picture. Pete is going to slowly scan around my picture whilst we do a bit more talking. The first person to come in, okay, and tell us how many catnip mice they can see on set. So they might be on the tree, they might not be on the tree, okay? And I'm going to look for numbers coming in. Liz is staying with us, so Liz might be counting. Willie's counting, I think, in the background. So we're going to do that. And I think Lizanne has got a couple of questions for us.
Yeah, we've got some. So we asked for some Q&A questions, and we got inundated with Q&A questions, which is amazing. So we actually started doing them yesterday, and we've got quite a few here. So you'll have to sort of say to me if we're running out of time.
Okay, well, if we go for 5 questions, and if Liz or Lou can help me with them, then I'll get them to help as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of these are TT based, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Right. So first of all, these came in off Instagram. These ones. So this was Hattikin, and she wants to know how many pets are there in the Tigger Tower team.
So in the Tigger Tower team, okay.
Yes.
So I have 3 Maine Coons. All related from my breeding program. And Lizanne, this is really going to test me now.
Test you now, yeah.
Lizanne has 2 dogs, Mason the Boxer and Teddy the Cockapoo. And then she has Blaze, who is from, oh my goodness, who's Belle, my Belle. So Blaze is from my Belle. And you've also got Maisie the Tortoise. Okay. The dang didn't go remember that, did you? Maisie Tortoise. I think that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Josie doesn't have any pets at the moment.
No.
And Louisa, when she steps in to help us, has, how many pets have you got, Lou? 1, 2, 3 Maine Coons. And that's it, isn't it? You haven't got any fish or anything, have you? No,
not yet.
No, definitely no fish.
So I think we've got more cats. If we add Liz into the family, then we add another 7 cats to that. So.
So we have another question from our lovely MC Claymore, Little Clay. What is your most popular product? And actually, we've been asked that question a couple of times. So what is our most?
Is that bed, toy, or tower?
I think just across the range, really. So I mean, don't know, difficult one. Do you want to look at the bedding or?
I think if I could do it in a section,
I'd say
toys is Caterpillar.
Yeah.
But when Pip was out, Pip became our fastest selling toy ever.
Yeah.
Having said that, at the end of this weekend, I think Roxy's going to overtake.
Yeah.
So, regular toy, Charlie the Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, I've got the winner of the competition, I think, as well. Already.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
What was Pip?
Sorry.
What
Pip was the bat. Sorry, I'm just Pip was the bat.
What toy is Roxy?
Roxy's a Robin.
There you go.
Okay, so Roxy's the Robin. And bedding wise, I think probably our rectangle double donut is our most popular bed.
Yeah.
Rectangle double donut. And towers, I think the double Tigger. Yeah, I think I would agree. Pete just said the double Tigger, and I think the double Tigger is probably our most popular tower because you can go from a double to a
I was
maxi.
going to say you can extend it, then, can't you?
Yeah, and I think it just visually. I think Liz, you had a double, didn't you? You started with a double, didn't you? And it's got the two poles and the two beds.
Yep.
I think that's our most popular tower. There you go.
I'm putting Sam on the spot here because she doesn't know these questions that are coming up. So we've got Oreo Maine Coon asked, oh gosh, here we go. What inspired Tigger Towers?
That's actually quite an easy question for me to answer because it was really simple. I started breeding, or was starting breeding, and I was looking, as probably Liz did when she first started breeding. You need cat scratching towers in the house, particularly when you've got the girls in rooms and areas. You need those towers in there. And for me, I couldn't find anything that was strong enough that was going to deal with a Maine Coon. There just was nothing out there that was strong enough, sturdy enough. Or even went to the height for a Maine Coon, because Maine Coons are long, aren't they, Liz? They're really long. And Lou, you know that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. I went to Paris to have a look. I went to Europe to have a look. I looked in America. I actually looked in America at towers. And it just wasn't out there. And I saw something similar in Europe and brought one back with me. And then I needed more, and it wasn't easy. You couldn't get hold of them. So I went to Dad and asked Dad to design something, and that's how it started, and that's what inspired me. It wasn't out there.
Right. Brilliant. So we have 8 fluffy legs. And they said, what weight of cats can your tower take, and do they wobble when the cats jump on them?
Okay, so the answer to that is a tower will only wobble from us if it's not balanced. So if you've got it off balanced and a cat is leaping from a level at the same height. So if a cat goes from this level to a tower at that level, the spring would then force it back the tower and make it wobble if it's not balanced. So that's the only time a tower would wobble. Our towers can take up to, well, I've seen small children sit on our towers, and Louisa, you can verify for that with Ollie, can't you?
No, definitely. I mean, at the moment, this tower at the minute here is set up like a maxi, and I've probably got 10, 20, there's probably about 27 kilos going on here right now.
27 kilos.
Jasper's quite big. He's over 10 kilos. He's heavy. Hayden's in the hammock, and he's about 6.5, and then Lettuce she's a big girl. She's about 9 kilos as well. So there's a lot. I mean, and they can both get in a pouch. I've had 2 10-kilo boys in a pouch together on occasion. So they take a lot of weight. And bear in mind, this tower has been going for about 11 and a half years, because this is one of our very first towers that we did.
Yeah, I've got comments coming in as well as I'm trying to sort of cross.
That's all right, don't worry.
So Willie is 20 pounds in weight, isn't he, Liz? And he's in our platform bed. So 20 pounds in weight, and it's about 2.2 pounds.
It's about 9. He's about 9 kilos.
9 kilos on that individual platform bed, and I would be confident you could fit up to 11, 12 kilos on a platform bed of a cat. But I'd be worried if the cat was that weight, because I'd be a little bit. So that's like 25 pounds. Can I ask Liz, does she import shipping containers for? Okay, Liz, this one's for you.
Emma would tell you yes when he has to bring this big box in from the front door into the house. It feels like a pallet of tickets.
Yeah, and actually, Lucy remembers well. We've had judges at shows literally filling suitcases full of luggage when they come and judge over here to take Tigger Towers bedding back with them, and I air pat them down for them. And I remember doing that. And double donut is amazing. So someone just agreeing with my comment there. A full grown-up whippet sleeps on a tower. There you go. So a whippet, what's the weight of a whippet? There we go for that weight one.
That's a good one.
From that point of view. So I can stand on a double Tigger with no baskets on. Okay. Do I release my weight here? Do I embarrass myself? No. I'm not a stick. Okay. I'm not a stick. I can stand on a tower and it will take my weight. There we go.
Brilliant. There we go. And final question.
Yeah.
We have Claire Dickman, who asked, why did you choose the name Tigger Towers?
Again, that's an easy one. It was really simple. I didn't choose it. I did choose it, but it wasn't me that came up with it. It was actually your husband that came up with it. Lizanne.
It was.
We had all sorts of names floating around the table one night. We were having a curry and a couple of beers, as you do, one Friday night. And we were just floating names around. And literally, Dave just went, what about Tigger Towers? And I was just like, well, you can't do Tigger because it's a Tigger, Winnie the Pooh, infringement rights. We started Googling it all. And it was like, well, actually, no, there's nothing stopping you if it's Tigger, Tigga. And we went through it and nothing was taken in. Literally, I booked the website, I booked the emails, I booked 123 Reg, took the company name, and that was it. We were Tigger Towers, and we've never looked back. So
yeah, brilliant. No, that's great. So we've had some great entry. I'm sorry I haven't got through all the questions. We've got more questions to ask, but they're
save those for another time.
Brilliant. And that actually goes to basically we ran a competition early on, just asking people to just send some questions in, and sort of our favorite question, they would win a round donut bed, color of their choice, obviously subject to availability, and funny enough, we've ended on the winner, which was Claire Dickman. So congratulations, Claire, you
well done.
won a round donut bed.
So we all our competition winners throughout the weekend have been either notified or we've tagged you in. So please do let us know your addresses. Not publicly, please do email us your addresses. Don't put it out publicly, obviously, for obvious reasons. And we will get those prizes winging their way to you later this week. The winner, we have a winner for the mice. Okay, we have a winner. He's very quick, and I've already forgotten who it was. I'm looking at Pete. He's going to throw something at me in a minute. There it is, and it's the lovely Rachel Wagstaff.
Oh, brilliant! Well done, Rachel.
She may not have found her stars in time, but she found the mice. So well done, Rachel. Okay, we've got a prize on its way to you. If you just drop me an email, and we'll sort you out your prize. So I just love the fact Willie and the other cats, Hamish and you've got Hammer, they're all like just chilled, totally chilled. Totally chilled. I do feel bare without Santos and my gang. It's been a bit weird, but it's just what it is. So Rachel's pleased. I'm just checking. So really and truly, we've overrun. And I think it goes without saying, Luke, do you want to say anything to everybody?
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for listening, and it's such a shame we can't be there at shows, but hopefully this has gone some of the way. It certainly makes me feel like I've been with my cat friends and been talking to you about what we love to talk about, which is everything to do with the cats. And we've given you a chance over the weekend to see all the new lovely products from Tigger Towers, the amazing totem pole tower, as well as the new colours of bedding, teal and the steel grey, which get your orders in because they're selling out quickly. And just to remind you all that there's still 15% off on the Tigger Towers website. You can just pop on there. All the prices reflect that 15% off already. So stock up on some Christmas presents. Self-gifting is always a really good thing, or cat gifting even better. If we sell out a teal, it's fine. I'll wait. I think not being able to be with Sam now, I can't whip a couple of bits away.
No.
I've got to wait my turn like everyone else. Anyway, it's lovely to see you all, and thank you very, very much. And hopefully we'll do another one of these again before Christmas, I'm sure. Even if it's just Sam, I, and Lizanne having a chat.
We'll definitely be doing some bits. I think it's going to be the best way to keep in touch with everybody and say hello and everything. And Lizanne, anything you need to add to that? Anything we've forgotten?
No, I was actually just going to mention the discounts actually, which Louisa has very kindly done, and obviously just remember that the guests and stuff also have special discounts running as well. So if you caught that live and there's anything you saw that you liked, do pop on and get your festive shopping done quick, because those discounts are not on for long. So
they end at midnight, don't they?
Yeah, do hurry. But just a big thank you to everyone, and we really appreciate everyone sending in questions and joining in and asking questions. So just a real big thank you. We really appreciate it. And we hope you've all had fun, and do let us know what you thought of it as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually going to just come in with that. That was the first thing I was going to say to people. Please don't be afraid to email us with some feedback. We'd love some feedback. Anything you'd like to see us do, and maybe we haven't thought about it. We've changed things over the weekend. We've changed camera angles. We've changed approaches to things. We welcome feedback. So please do feel you can do that. Okay,
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you and that side of it. If there's any orders, any bespoke orders you want to do, and you're having problems, do not be afraid to email me. Just let me know. If you've touched base with me, I will be in contact, or one of us will be in contact tomorrow, and then we'll get things moving from there. Please bear in mind, from our launch weekend, all those orders, as soon as that lorry is with me, which I believe is tomorrow, we start dispatching. So Liz, you'll be pleased to hear your order that is on its way later this week. Yeah, she just told Willie. So from that point of view, and then we will be working through any orders from this weekend. We'll be in contact, letting you know when things are on their way. Just bear with us. Things are not working quite as quickly as they do normally, and I'm sure that we're not the only people saying that. If you're not sure, or you've had an email, which we did have going out, telling people it was on its way and it wasn't, I do apologise. We had a glitch. Please just bear with us. We'll check in with us and we'll answer it. We'll let you know. The platform, the lazy lounger bed and the new totem poles, they will be shipping from the week of the 1st of December. And I am just checking in with everybody here. They're all looking forward to getting their bits. So really, I think all that is left is for me to say a massive thank you. And this thank you goes to, first of all, well, it's not in any order. It's Lee at Idea Lee, and his missus as well, because she's in the background as well, Lauren as well. But Lee, thank you so much for being on hand, particularly this morning. I think we probably woke you up, sorry, with the IT and the technical, the overlays, the little cartoon Santos you can see in the screen, all that. Thank you so much, Lee, for all that and much, much more. A massive thank you to Laura, Jess and her team at Empowered Digital, all the website, the behind the scenes on the website, email marketing, making sure it's going out, but we're not bombarding you with 20 emails, that you're just getting a few sporadic ones and we're getting them at the right time. Laura's on the end of the phone as well, doing the backup with Lizanne, so massive thank you there. A thank you to our sister Josie, who has given up her weekend behind the scenes. She is the secret behind the comments, putting the links in, checking when we haven't put things through and making sure they've gone through. Yeah. Editing videos when they haven't shut off correctly. So that's Josie.
Thank you,
trying to get Instagram sorted has been a challenge. We've not managed it live other than one session earlier. We will address that next time round. And then thank you to my guests, all my guests that joined us this weekend and gave up their time, from the cat collection, the lovely Judith, Gus and Bella, the lovely Emily, Burgess, who didn't join us but had the product here so we could talk about it and let everybody know about it, to the lovely Maria at Dirty Old Dog. We'll be announcing that competition winner later through the Dirty Old Dog platform, because I think that will be going live shortly if it hasn't already done so. Have I missed anybody, Louisa? Tell me if I've missed anybody.
Liz.
I'm coming to Liz. Yeah, I'm coming to Liz. And then, massive thank you to Liz for agreeing last night to get up for 8 o'clock this morning, her time, well, probably a lot earlier than 8 o'clock this morning, setting her camera up, getting the technology working spot on. We didn't do a sound test or anything.
And anyone that's joined us, where are you, Liz, at the moment? Just anyone that's just joined.
I'm just outside Chicago, Illinois.
Way.
So the lovely Liz and Emmons for his little cameo appearance. But most of all, I think for our guests, it's lovely to see Willie as well, to see a cat that has shown, that has performed. He loves what he does. You can see how chilled he is. And he has won so many titles. He's an absolute credit to you, Liz, and to the work you have put into the breed. And I know the amount of work you put in, and it's heartfelt thanks to you. And we will see you at some point in person.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you'd like to add, Liz, at all?
No, thank you so much to all of you. This has been so much fun. I appreciate you including us, and I can't wait to get our new things, our new items.
Okay, so I think it's from me, Louisa, Lizanne, Liz, and everybody else at Tigger Towers.
Thank you, everyone.
There is going to be one more thing. No, there's going to be one more thing.
Oh, one more what?
Okay, there's going to be one more thing. Mr. Banbury, you thought you were going to get away with it. Come here.
Come
I
on,
was
Pete.
trying to do it in an order, and I wanted to get Liz in. Okay, and I didn't want to forget somebody who has done the technology. We didn't see him this morning. Okay, come and sit down here. The cameraman.
Feel free to jump on.
Well done.
Well done, Pete. Thank you very much for your work behind the scenes. You've got something impossible, and you've done a brilliant job. So thank you so much. You've made Sam's dreams come true.
Louisa's going to have to see us out now.
Going now. Right now.
Yeah, this was a dream of Sam. She wanted to be able to bring this to you when we couldn't do the shows, and everyone who's helped in this, thank you so much, Lizanne. You've done a fab job too.
Oh, thank you.
And Sam, you've been there, all the nights you've been working this out, all the different setups you've done, all the worry. It's all good. It's all okay. Everything turns out right, and you've done an amazing job. So well done, darling. It's been fabulous, and everybody has really enjoyed it. So
yeah.
Thank you very much. And can you talk to say goodbye?
Yes, I can. See you all soon.
Well done.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
He's got to turn the camera off. Oh dear. We'll hold you there. Hold on.